Hey, what's up? It's Keith, and I'm doing another Walking Dead review. This time it is the mid-season finale of the series. You know, it's gonna be going until about February, and this episode's called "Too Far Gone." It's um, yeah, I'm still reeling from what happened, so uh, I'll be really quick. Spoilers. There will be spoilers in order for me to talk a good bit about what happens. I didn't mention that last week, but I feel with the TV show, it's kind of given. So right off the bat, you see that the governor's trying to take over the prison. That was kind of anticipated by a lot of people. He captures Michonne and Herschel, and takes everybody except for the female friend and her daughter, and they leave them behind just because he doesn't want to take them involved with it. And he goes to the prison, with a tank, and parks right up at the front gate, and is wants to take the prison. He's willing to let Rick and them go away quietly. He's willing for that to happen, but he's also willing to take a life. It becomes this epic standoff. And then while that's happening, we see that the little girl that is we've come attached to, she does get bitten, and it's very like a kind of a sad moment. It just kind of happens like that. Like how most things happen in this TV show, it just happens just like that. And a lot of other things are taking place during the course of this episode. You know, Glenn and Rick finally discuss Rick uh, leaving Carol behind back a couple episodes ago, and it calls into question something later in the episode. But then during the standoff, the governor says, "Hey, you can leave. We're willing to basically destroy this place." It's becomes apparent that he's more willing to kill everybody in the prison more than he is about getting the actual prison. It's more about that. And Rick gives this heartfelt speech about how you can come back. You're not too far gone, which is the theme for this entire season. Really, you see lots of that. That you have to do bad things in order to survive in a world like that. And even though it kind of contradicts his, with him sending Carol away, it's interesting and it's cool. And like, you see Herschel get him and Michonne are both there. You see him get a smile on his face. All his teachings he's been trying to teach Rick has finally come through. He's happy. But then the governor, as we see, kind of just breaks down, and he cuts Herschel's head off. So that's like the big death that everybody was really talking about. That was hugely promoted throughout the course of this entire season. And then immediately Rick and everybody else starts firing upon the governor and his men. And you see all kinds of things happen at once. One, they completely trash the prison. The prison's trashed. They send out as many of the people as they can on the bus that they have so that they can get them out to safety while everybody else is fighting. And over the course of that, Rick and the governor get in an epic fist fight in which there's a lot of cool moments where they play it off that you might not. It looks like something's going to happen. Like it almost looks like Daryl's going to die at one point, which I know would have crushed a lot of people, but he doesn't. And you know, and people are getting shot, and it's a really difficult moment. And we see in the very early stages of the fight that the governor has completely lost it. He's not even willing to like give anything up for Herschel. He literally, like, at first it was just a hack, and he probably goes to like here on his neck, and that's about all I got cut. But then he goes back after Herschel drags himself away with his last bit of life, and completely just hacks away until his head's completely chopped off. And then the little girl's mom brings the girl up, and they're holding her there, and he just not even like caring anymore. Just I mean, you kind of have to, but he just puts a bullet in her head, and it's like he's now gone. It's do you and now questions do you truly get the comeback? In which I would question, at least the way that it's looking. It doesn't look that way. It just looks like a lot of things are going pretty bad. Um, but it looks like that the governor's going to kill Rick, and I'm like, oh god, they're not going to kill Rick too. But then Michonne, who's been absent for a while, gets stabs the governor, and the governor falls over, and lots of things happen all at the same time. Everybody's leaving, um, while Tyrone is he's trying to fight off two people, little girls who were Carol's in a way foster children, in a way, end up helping him out and killing people, which I thought was a really cool moment. It brings that whole "you gotta be strong" thing. You can't, you can't not. You have to do things. You can't be afraid to take action. You have to take the action, go into it. So it's a really deep and really cool part. And then Rick finds Carl, and they're searching for Judith, and they find uh, her empty carrier, and it's got blood in it. And I mean, her fate is ambiguous at this point in time. We don't know if she survived. We don't know if she got eaten. That's like another big thing, and we kind of see this. There's almost this downgrade of Rick again, where at the very end of the episode, he's just him and Carl walking away from the prison, which is now in shambles and overrun. He just says, "Don't look back, just keep walking," and it's like, wow. So a lot of big things happened. I mean, they really hit it with a punch. This episode is probably one of the best I've seen of the series so far. Next to the episode in season 3 where Lori dies. It's one of my favorite episodes so far. It was really good. It had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. It just and it's weird, and then the governor's dead. After he gets stabbed, the mom comes up, and just as easily as he put a bullet in her daughter, she puts a bullet in his head, and it's like, it's weird to see the governor gone. They brought him back, and it kind of made it like a big thing. But I guess, like, in a way, it's like a half a season, so they'll probably have new challenges in the later half of the season, and they have to deal with this because now they got to find a new place to live. And they got to regroup and get back together. It's going to be a really interesting thing when the show comes back in February. Like I said, this is probably my favorite episode. There's all kinds of things happening, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. If I had to rate this episode, like comparative to other Walking Dead episodes, like I said, this is probably my favorite. I'd probably give this a 9.5 out of 10. I thought this was a great episode. I thought the character developments, and they did a good job playing things up to this point, and I can't wait for February. So yeah, this is Keith at the Game Weekly Mail Reviews, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.